Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. PennDOT officials say they've learned a lesson from last week's bridge collapse in Northumberland County, and it may prevent any more bridges from falling down.
They're going to inspect other bridge projects in our area. As Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci reports, work crews are back at the West Milton Bridge today trying to clean up from that collapse.
The Milton River Bridge still clogs the Susquehanna River, with engineers trying to figure out how to remove the fallen section. On area roadways, there appeared to be no traffic tie-ups as a result of the collapse. Cars are being diverted 4 miles south to the Route 45 bridge in Lewisburg and 1 mile north to the Interstate 80 bridge near Milton. And 3 days after the collapse, authorities think they have a firm handle on what caused it. If you look over there, you can see that dirt causeway. It's been installed so that heavy equipment can build a new bridge. Problem is, that causeway stops water from flowing on that side of the river. All of the water is forced to flow through this side of the river. That makes for rapid currents that undermine the old bridge and cause the collapse. So what about other bridge construction sites like the Packer Island Bridge in Sunbury? PennDOT says a similar tragedy is unlikely here because the currents are too slow.
How were you confident it's safe if it happened once in Milton?
Well, you can say in one word, we're on alert. Right now, throughout the district, we have our constructors inspecting the piers to make sure that this type of problem will not reoccur.
In addition to above-water visual inspections, PennDOT is considering the use of frogmen for some bridge erosion inspections. Meanwhile, in Milton, a crane will be used in the morning to try to remove the fallen section of the river bridge. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Milton.
When Newswatch 16 continues, sitting down to talk jobs in our area.
Plus, improving the look in downtown Scranton. We'll tell you what city officials did today.
Acme's Lancaster lean brand meats have always been a cut above the rest. Each cut features less fat and more of that famous Lancaster brand taste. Just look for the Lancaster lean label. This week at Acme, Lancaster brand rump roast is $1.97 a pound, pork loin blade roast is $1.49 a pound, and pork loin sirloin roast is $1.59 a pound. California iceberg lettuce is only 59 cents a head, and there's also a Scott lever sale. Over 50 items are reduced at Acme.
Good morning. Burger King presents breakfast to go. Yeah, to go. Crust sandwich, 99 cents. French toast sticks, 99 cents. Breakfast to go. Burger King, the best food for fast times.
For the third time since the March bus contract dispute began, workers there will vote on a new contract offer. After a 2.5-hour bargaining session today, negotiators for March and the union reached a tentative agreement. This time, union negotiators are recommending that it be accepted without reservation. Nearly 200 unionized March drivers and other workers have been off the job for 8 weeks. The contract dispute centers on a pay cut. Workers will hear details of the contract offer Tuesday night, then they'll vote on the package on Wednesday.
Mack Trucks has given the United Auto Workers until April 22nd to agree to contract concessions. Mack officials say if the union does not accept the concessions by then, the company might move some of the operations at its corporate headquarters in Allentown to another location. Mack won't say how many jobs might be on the line. The UAW locals have agreed to the concessions, but the officials from the International will not give the needed approval. Plans to build a factory in our area and put 110 people to work appear to be in trouble tonight. A Swiss chocolate maker says it will look outside our state to build its plant if a law is not passed permitting the manufacture of liqueur-filled candies. The company, Ermark Incorporated, says that it will change its plans if the legislature doesn't act by the end of June. Ermark hopes to build its $10 million factory in either Wayne, Monroe, or Lackawanna counties. Karen?
Scranton city officials have been hoping that downtown development will attract good things to the city, but they say one particular area is attracting the wrong kind of attention. Newswatch 16's Bob Cosentini says today officials condemned a building on Lackawanna Avenue, and it may be the start of more improvements.
Police say a majority of the city's prostitution arrests happen here on the 500 block Lackawanna Avenue, a block caught between the proposed downtown mall and the Hilton Steamtown area. The city has decided to tear down the Seville building because it's beyond repair, its roof already caved in. The building next door, also owned by the city, will stay, with Scranton officials hoping some developer can be found. Just knowing the city is focusing some attention on the block is hardening to this pizza shop owner.
We close at 7 o'clock in the evening. We don't really care to deal with that element of people. So we used to be open until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We used to have a good night business, but people just won't come down to this area.
Keeping one of the buildings up may appease preservationists who've been at odds with Mayor Wenzel over plans to tear down many stores for the big mall.
The mall represents progress. The preservation of this particular block, I believe, though, would be enhanced by the fact that you would have the mall further down the street.
Tearing down one building and renovating another isn't going to suddenly pave this street with gold. But the other merchants we talked with agree it's a start. And after decades of neglect, they finally feel something might be done to save their block. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
The Weather Watch is next with Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark.
Rain gear is in fashion tonight.
It sure is. And the weatherman's in the doghouse all this week.
Yep.
With what's ahead. When we come back, I'll tell you where I think the snow should accumulate in Pennsylvania. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Dallas and all of Luzerne County.
Enterprise Aluminum Products. We understand the needs of contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners everywhere. We are your primary resource for major home improvement needs. For instance, consider seamless guttering, soffit and fascia material, windows, doors and casings, shutters, and of course, Wolverine siding. Enterprise Aluminum in Wilkes-Barre, enhancing the quality of life and increasing the value of your home. Call us toll-free today.
It's brand new coupons for eyeglasses.
25% off. Frames not included.
Don't be misled by games and gimmicks. Hi, I'm Dr. Clark of Family Eye Associates. We'll provide you and your family with both proper eye care and reasonable prices. No strings attached. Right now, we have daily wear soft color contact lenses for $119. Overnight wear for $149. That's everything included. Look in the white pages for Family Eye Associates, someone who cares.
Well, let's go out to the backyard and find out about this terrible, terrible thing that's coming to pass, Tom.
Boy, that makes it sound pretty bad, Nolan. But indeed, we do have a strong storm system that is heading for Pennsylvania. Just some light rain falling out back now, but there is some heavy rain on the way for especially tomorrow. And then it's going to begin turning much colder late tomorrow into Wednesday morning. Old Man Winter getting his revenge on what we've been having over the past couple of weeks. And because of those warm temperatures, the buds are getting fat on our crabapple tree here in the backyard. Cloudy skies overhead beginning in Bloomsburg tonight. My weather watcher, Eric Slusser, has 56 degrees at his place. They had a 100th of an inch of rain there today at his place. Ray Smith in Belleville tells me 52 degrees and some drizzle out there in Mifflin County. And Ruth Hardin checks in with 50 up at Great Bend. And then next is a view in Luzerne County today showing some of the outflow from the Huntsville Reservoir in Jackson Township. In our backyard now, 53 degrees, 2/100ths of an inch of rain today, 82% humidity, the wind from the southeast at 12, and the barometer is now falling from 29.79. The high here today, 62 degrees at 10:45 this morning, 49 the low so far, 83 and 6 are the records. The warmest temperature in the month of March last year came on this date, 82 degrees. Coming up next, here's the satellite view, the stormy weather situation in the east. A lot of clouds and some snow now falling at the rate of an inch an hour in parts of Ohio, like in Cincinnati and Dayton. Temperatures in the 30s with a wind chill factor in the teens. Behind this cold front, it is now through Pittsburgh, where it's in the 30s now, but no snow yet out there. But as this line is now beginning to stall, this storm system down to the south will begin to track up along the front right over Pennsylvania tomorrow. And out ahead of it and with it, some heavy rainfall. And then once the storm gets to our north, the front will come through. And so I suspect there'll be some maybe an inch of snow on the ground in the western counties of Pennsylvania. I don't expect any for us, but I do see some snow flurries on the way, but no accumulation of snow. I think you'll be happy to hear. That's what we're forecasting anyway, but here's the radar view just in. Notice kind of a broken pattern to the rainfall now, so no heavy rainfall through the early part of the night, just some off and on rain, maybe some drizzle. Some big thunderstorms down near Atlanta, Georgia, with that storm system down that way. And here's our projection of how the map will look late tomorrow. The cold front moving into New Jersey. The cold air will begin to move in by this time tomorrow, and it'll be snowing in western Pennsylvania, where there could be an inch of snow by daybreak on Wednesday. But for us, just plenty of cold air and the rain ending late tomorrow, and maybe some flurries heading into Wednesday. But for tonight, steady temperatures. These are readings about where they are now. They may even go up a few degrees, but the rain will develop once again. Just a few sprinkles out back now, and the wind overnight tonight will be out of the southeast at about 15 to 25. Now here's the sunrise time for tomorrow morning, and that will be at 5:49, and 6:27 is the sunset. So here's what we're going with tonight. Some rain and some fog in the highest elevations, and then some rain, quite heavy tomorrow. We could see an inch of rain by this time tomorrow. It will be quite windy. Temperatures falling off from the middle 50s into the 40s late in the day. Cold in the upper 30s for highs on Wednesday. Some snow flurries, and another storm could bring more rain and snow later in the week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're in trouble, Tom.
I know.
We understand why you're worried now. We'll see you at 11. Tom.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The Sports Watch is next with Tim Carlson and the final Super 16 basketball rankings.
Plus a report on the new drug testing plan for drivers at Pocono Downs.
Penn Furniture presents an Oriental Rug exhibit and sale. Bill and Leslie O'Connell have been all over the Far East, including the foot of the Himalayas, gathering authentic Oriental rugs. For 3 days, Friday through Sunday, the O'Connells will be at Penn Furniture to exhibit over 500 beautiful handmade rugs, in addition to Penn Furniture's already large inventory. Penn Furniture, 9799 Lackawanna Avenue, Scranton, where this weekend, East meets West.
Today, a refresher course in sore throats. There's the one from smoking, the dry, tickly kind, the burning sore throat. Fortunately, there's great-tasting Luden's cough drops. Luden's help replace pain with pleasure. They quickly dissolve to coat irritated, inflamed tissue with soothing, cooling relief. So, for minor sore throat problems, get major relief from Luden's.
Our recent warm weather has area baseball fans thinking summer. But with cold weather, as Tom just said, coming back, here's a scene that might sustain those summer sport thoughts. In Williamsport today, workers moved in brand new bleacher seats as they get ready for AA Pro Baseball to come here to Bowman Field. Opening day is April 11th, and with the bad weather coming this week, they say they'll only get one side of bleachers in. The new sod is almost all in. The old lights taken down, but it'll be afternoon games for a while. The new lights for Pro Ball won't be put up till May 11th at the new home of the old Waterbury Indians, now the Williamsport Bills.
As one sport begins, another one ends. Boy,
It just never
every
stops,
season it's
Karen.
something.
We never stop. We
Thank
just
goodness.
keep going, keep hustling all the time.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
All right. Like a great fast break, the high school basketball season has blown by us, and once again, our congratulations to the girls from Riverside High School and Allentown Central Catholic High School for winning state titles. We are proud of you, of course. Now, things didn't go as well for the boys' teams from the area. Not one made it to a state championship game. Nevertheless, it was another exciting season for area fans and those of us who cover the games. Let's officially finish up the high school basketball season with the final Super 16 rankings and find out which team wins the beautiful #1 team trophy. At number 16, the Lourdes Regional Red Raiders. At number 15, the Towanda Black Knights. The 14th slot goes to the Danville Ironmen. At number 13, the Western Wayne Wildcats. At number 12, the Shamokin Indians. The 11th spot goes to the Riverside Vikings. Scranton Prep at number 10. Loyalsock at number 9. Number 8, the Bishop Hoban Argents. Number 7, the GAR Grenadiers. Williamsport, the Millionaires at number 6. The Allentown Central Catholic Vikings at number 5. Number 4, the Lehighton Indians. At number 3, the Northeast Bradford Panthers. Number 2, the Hazelton Mountaineers. And number 1, the Nanacoke area Trojans. And the Trojans will receive the WNEP-TV #1 team trophy after a fine season that saw them go all the way to the Class AAA quarterfinals. The super team effort spearheaded by senior Paul Grafovich, who's headed off to a Division I college career at Wichita State. Congrats to the Nanacoke area Trojans, the #1 team in the final Super 16. And one final note on the final Super 16. If you look way back to the preseason rankings, you'll see that 12 of the 16 teams listed made it all the way to the final poll. That's pretty good, and we're proud of that record. Well, college basketball season ending tonight in New Orleans. Syracuse and Indiana playing for the national championship. So much for my Cinderella pick of Providence. I'm going to stop believing in fairy tales. Highlights of the game tonight here on the Late Sports Watch following the Academy Awards. Now, we all know it's stupid and dangerous to drive a car while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Well, imagine the consequences of driving doped up in a horse race. The Pennsylvania Racing Commission wants to make sure that never happens. And within the next couple of weeks, they'll be instituting a random drug testing plan for not only harness drivers, but everyone involved in the sport. Albie Oxenreiter has more on the Pennsylvania plan, similar to ones in New York and New Jersey.
Last July 5th, this harness racing accident at Yonkers Raceway killed veteran driver Billy Houghton. It was a devastating reminder of the sometimes overlooked dangers of harness racing, even when drivers aren't under the influence of drugs or alcohol. In Pennsylvania, the Harness Racing Commission is always trying to avoid accidents, and the new drug testing plan is part of that effort. The new plan calls for random urinalysis, and it'll affect almost 2,000 people at Pocono Downs, including owners, drivers, trainers, and grooms.
A lot of people are saying that they can understand testing the drivers, but why test the trainers? Why test the grooms?
Well, you know, the trainer has a lot to do with the horse, too, and same thing with the groom. I mean, we're the drivers. We're putting our life in our hands, or in this groom's hands. If we go out there and he's high or on something, you know, he doesn't do the right kind of job, he doesn't hook everything up, we're in trouble.
Unlike other sports, the reaction to drug testing in harness racing has been positive. That's because in this sport, drivers can reach speeds of up to 35 miles an hour. And when you're driving in an open sulky like this, one slip could be fatal.
It's just bad, you know, if you're out there all drugged up. You know, there's a lot of guys out there now that are driving all drugged up and they're running into you. And, you know, they don't know. One guy, for instance, got off the bike, said how many did I win by? He got beat by 20 lengths, you know, and he's wanting to know how many he win by, you know.
The Racing Commission's hoping that random testing will help make harness racing clean. The drivers are hoping that that same testing will help make every race safe from start to finish. Albie Oxenreiter, Sports Watch 16 at Pocono Downs in Plains Township.
Of course, tonight on the update, highlights of the big game between Syracuse and Indiana.
Should be a good one.
Okay.
Okay, thanks,
Bye-bye.
Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Newswatch 16 heads out to the circus next.
The Shrine Circus is in town, and we'll share in the fun next.
Many bakeries would be content to think that they're buying the best ingredients, but we're different. We make sure our wholesome ingredients are the best by tests in this laboratory.
Here we assay ingredients. We test for purity and measure content to be sure nutritional values conform to wholesome promises. Finally, we bake the samples to see they provide wholesome's distinct freshness and flavor.
We make sure by test, then buy the best. That's the wholesome difference. Enjoy the difference.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval, and you'll find great weekly specials like these.
Maxwell House Coffee, 1 pound can, $1.99. Turkey Hill Ice Cream, 1/2 gallon, $2.39. Pork or chicken shake and bake, 6 ounce box, $1.19. And Grade A whole fryers, 49 cents a pound.
When you want the very best, look for SureSave.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval at a locally owned supermarket near you.
Finally tonight, for the 38th year, the circus is in town in Luzerne County.
Yes, the Shrine Circus has set up shop at the Kingston Armory, and that's where Newswatch 16's Joe Ducey is live, but I think Joe might be one of the attractions tonight. Where is he?
I'm over here, Karen. I'll tell you, there are lions, there are elephants, there are clowns, but I think probably the most amusing thing here, at least within the last half hour, was me trying to get up this little portable ladder here on this platform. It stands about 28 feet high in the air here, and I have to say there is no net here. It's something I hopefully will only do once in my life, but it's something Dave Chabira does every night. Dave, I think the question is why?
It's an interesting profession. It gives me a chance to travel and see the world, and I enjoy the performing. I enjoy the circus.
How about the danger here, though?
There's an element of danger, but I check my equipment regularly. I built most of this equipment, and I feel real secure doing it.
Okay, I'd like to talk to you more, but I think you're going to get me on this thing. Let's try this as we had planned before. All right. We're going to try this. I tried it once before, and it's a little more than I thought it was going to be, but I'm told that nobody has fallen off yet. Here goes, here goes. Oh, God. Ah. Whoa, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. All right, yeah, anytime. Yeah. Well, anytime, that's good. Stop. Anytime, yeah. Okay, yeah. Having some fun now. Woo, boy. Okay, well, I'll tell you, I don't have really much more to say right now. It's we're live here in Wilkes-Barre. Karen, Nolan?
Well, I never heard Joe Ducey so speechless before. I saw that act with a lovely lady on the ladder this afternoon. It's very good. That's Newswatch 16 for Monday.
Enjoy your evening.